for pastors because we love pastors. And this year it is October the 19th at the Crowne Plaza, Atlanta, Perimeter at Ravinia. Special guest speaker this year, look out, Dr. A.R. Bernard. You can find out more information about the Pastor's Appreciation event and sign up at faithtalkatlanta.com. We'll see you there.
Geico presents a voicemail from your friend, Tree.
Tree here, just calling to say thanks for letting me crash at your place the other night. Well, on your place. It was a rough night. I had a bit too much wind, and I think I might have broke your chimney, actually. So yeah, any chance you'd want to drop off my tire swing? Yeah, I mean, if not, that's cool. Okay, later.
Trees won't pay for tree damage. Luckily, one call to the Geico Insurance Agency makes it easy to switch and save on homeowners insurance.
This segment of Faith Talk Live brought to you by America's Benefit, LLC. Comprehensive health care coverage for 30 to 60% less. Online at ourplanrocks.com.
Just when you thought it was safe to turn on the radio. Rick Probst and Dan Radcliffe on Faith Talk Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, he's all out of sorts. Maybe he's all back together again, right?
Who's that?
Me. I'm standing right here. I'm all together. Well, I know this young lady can help us get our business and hello. The lights are flashing here in the studio. Is that a sign?
That's weird.
What is God saying?
I'm not sure what he's saying.
I start talking about Denise King, and all of a sudden,
the lights go off.
The lights start flashing. Yes. Have we paid our bill, or do you think that's something?
We don't have air conditioning upstairs, so we may not have paid our bill. So,
And two, let me let you in on a little secret. Now, you've been on the show next door at the business station. There are 5 stations here in the building.
Okay.
Business station is next door. They are also on live. The remote that controls their lights also controls ours at the same time.
Interesting.
That's genius right there. Somebody thought that through.
Somebody thought way ahead on that one.
That's a great when idea. They turn it off, ours goes off.
Okay.
And so sometimes we have wars. Right. Anyway, I digress. It is Denise King, President and CEO of BSC Business Solutions Consulting. Hey.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
It's been a while, right?
It has
about
been
3
a while.
or 4 months?
Thereabout.
Yeah.
Yes,
How
absolutely.
are you?
I am super fantastic.
All right. What have you been?
Super fantastic.
Super
Good.
fantastic.
You are always so positive. I think you said the last time you were on the show, did we have all the video stuff this way? Did we have the Facebook Live this way, or were we over there
No,
still?
we were here.
Yeah.
We were in the same
I think we had just
position
made the
Did we
change.
just change it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay,
I got to keep you from moving
I'm sorry.
over here.
I have this nervous tick.
He just keeps moving further and further that way.
There's a couple of things. If you watch me do this, I twist these constantly, and then I move my microphone, and it frustrates Dan.
Well, you just get in the way of, people can't see who's on and all that.
That's true.
There,
and if you'll watch, you'll see Denise King's name pop up here in just a second. Will it say BSC or no?
It just says Denise King.
And that's what's cool about this. Anyway, I digress a little bit, but we're talking about this studio. You talked about your mom. I think your mom was watching or listening or something.
My mom should be listening this morning. She, the last time I was here, praise God, she's better now, but my mom took ill.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She is much better now, back to her usual cut-up self, I would say.
Good.
So keeping everybody in a lot of laughter, let's put it like that.
Now, is she watching Facebook Live, or is she...
She's probably listening in. My mom will not go near Facebook. But she will text out everybody, hundreds of people in text messages and send you YouTube videos, but she will not do Facebook.
Is she over 50?
Yes, she is.
Okay, I won't go any farther. It's funny because my parents are probably older than yours, but my parents will not get on Facebook.
Yeah.
And they're 80. So it's like I try to talk to, you can reunite with high school friends, college friends, regional. We've lived all over the nation. Yeah. And that's what I enjoy,
sure.
Catching up.
Absolutely.
But they will not get on there. Plus, at 10 o'clock when the show's live, Steve Harvey's on, Mom always turns over because they love Steve Harvey.
We cannot beat Steve Harvey.
We've even had a guy, who was it, Sam Collier, who was on. He's at Northpoint, a communicator. Yeah. He was actually on Steve Harvey, and we tried to get her, hey, if you watch us, you'll see, Sam, he was on there. It was a heartbreaking story, but it had a great ending. And no, she just
still won't
watches,
do it.
Yeah, so she watches the reruns of Dan and Rick on Faith Talk Live. Anyway, it's interesting, though. You deal a lot with technology, right?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
But when technology first started coming out, did you grasp it immediately? or did it take you a while? Or do you usually have someone, like for me, my 14-year-old pretty much can figure most of it out, and I just toss it to him?
Now, from high school on, I knew I wanted to go into that space. When I was younger, I used to say that I wanted to be a neurosurgeon.
Okay.
That's what I would always say until I cut my foot one day, and my mom had to rush me to ER and get stitches in my foot, and I told her in the ER, in the emergency room, I don't want to be a neurosurgeon anymore. So early on, I knew I wanted to work with computers, and that's what I did. I wanted to get close to what was changing back in that day. I won't date myself.
Yeah.
I've been at this for 30 years, started when I was 5. But,
all right.
5 years old.
Yeah,
Wow.
you kind of get the idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I do the numbers. But I knew that I wanted to be part of technology because everything was taking off with it. So I really like it, but I have some level of intolerance. That's why I go to my team.
Yes.
I lean on my brother, who's technology savvy. Both of them are really great researchers.
What's your brother's name? What's his name and his number? Hang on. 'Cause I need him desperately
he
this
will
morning.
solve anything. Jerry is his name. So shout out to him. But
Jerry, text me, will you?
he's the one that really kind of, when I get to the place where, okay, I can't figure this out, he'll take it and run with it and work it. And so will my brother Darren. So I rely on them as well as some other team members that have more knowledge than me when it comes to technology. But I try to dive in. I'm not the programmer developer type, even though, I did that in school, but I like to be part of the technology change, the shifts that are taking place in companies so that we can see what used to be the old state and how future state looks. And it should look a whole lot better than it did before. So
Now, you just said a number of things that I want to pick your brain about just a little bit. And I do want to get into your book, which is coming out.
Yes.
Okay, we won't give the book away in the sense of that, well, I know it all now. I don't want to buy it. We want people to buy it. But we definitely want to talk about that. So you mentioned your team. Now, you basically do consulting to businesses. You are a faith person, and I do want to get where business and faith collide, help each other, distractions, etc. But you talked about a team. How important business, pastoral, whatever, how genius is it to, wait a minute, I can't do it all and figure it out. I'll put somebody on my team that can, and I will glean from that, pull out of that, so that this whole team, this company, can move forward. That's genius. That wasn't always the mindset, was it?
That's right. No, it wasn't. And I think everybody brings something to the table. If you can really look at people as individuals and see what is it that they bring to the table, what are they really good at? Tap into those skills, help develop the things that perhaps they're not as good at, and see the things that you're not as good at, where they can fill those gaps for you as well. So as a result, you've got this collaborative effort. People are synergistically working well together and making things happen. And that's what I like about the folks I work with.
And I think that's important as a leader of a company or a ministry or whatever, is seeing where you may not be as strong, but you know somebody who is, and saying, and having the humility to say, somebody else can do this better. I need to bring them and have them do it.
Absolutely. I agree totally with that. If you can really be honest with yourself, you know what things you're good at. I know what things I'm lousy at. And I have to outsource some of those things. I have to, not just my team, but beyond my team. And there are things that I'm still working on to this day that I will tell you, I stay in prayer constantly asking God for wisdom, for knowledge, for understanding, sitting there in the wee hours of the morning. That's where I do my best work, at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and asking God for wisdom, because some problems that seem so complex, they're not beyond God's help. So I apply that faith to business, and I apply it with my team. I have no problems. People come to work with issues. People come to work with life issues, and they're trying to do a job, but yet they're trying to get past their issues. So how can you encourage them in their current state and what they're dealing with, while you also mentor, coach, and encourage them to do the work that's before us? And that's where I try to blend the two as much as I can.
Wow, that was deep right there. I could write a book out of what you just said.
Write that book.
Is that already in your Write that book.
Write that book.
Is that already in your book, what you just said?
There are some components of what I said in my book, actually, because that's my life, honestly.
Denise King, BSC, it's Business Solutions Consulting. We'll talk more about BSC and about her book coming out in just a few. When you first started, if I remember correctly, You started out with limited resources. You didn't run around and learn everything, although you learned a lion's share of stuff so that you could be successful. What was the first thing you think that you outsourced? Was it the technology, or did you just lean on your brother and say, I'll pay you later?
Yeah.
What did you do? What's the most important thing you think, whether it be business or church or whatever, what is the first thing? Staff?
No, actually, I think it is important because if you're in business for yourself, you obviously have a passion for whatever it is you're doing. You wouldn't be in business. So you have that skill, that gift that you feel that God has given you. But there are other areas that I will admit in front of the world that from my outsourcing had to be from a financial standpoint. That was not a strong suit of mine. And honestly, I'll admit it still isn't. But there are people that are whizzes at it. There are people that are experts at it. And I have to lean on those people. There are a lot of lessons learned for me in this business. You can go out and do the top-notch job. But if you don't have that, let's just say the startup capital, that flowing capital, you're juggling. You're juggling, and you're trying to maintain your vision. And we've had those moments. We've had a lot of those moments. But I will say the vision remains. If God put it in you, and that's what he called you to do, that vision doesn't go away. No matter how difficult the time gets, and they will get difficult, the vision yet remains. And that's why I'm still here. I call myself resilient because you weather so many highs and lows, ups and downs, disappointments, and those things, but you still see the vision. I never take my eyes off of the vision. What did God tell me to do here? And that's why I'm still at it.
Love this lady. She is so real.
Yes, she is.
And when she speaks, talks about success and the journey, makes me not want to give up, makes me want to continue. If you'll be candid with us, and maybe we can talk about some of those challenges.
Absolutely.
And we also want to get into the book, what's next for you, what's going on. And I don't think your neurons actually live in your foot, so I think you're okay. You could have been a neurologist. You didn't touch your foot. I don't think.
Maybe it was the sight of blood.
It was the sight of blood. It was no. It wasn't even the sight of blood. It was the sight of all of my internal.
Let's find out more.
Did it.
We'll be right back. We got to go to a break. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Radcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live. Stay right there. We'll be back.
Say, you like to be in charge, like to be in control, like to call all the shots? Hi there, I'm Chuck Swindoll. Well, you're not alone. We're an independent nation made up of self-made men and women, or so we think. Wait a minute. Who died and left you and me in charge? It's not up to us. It's up to God to be in control. Think now, you're the clay, he's the potter, so get over it. You're the slave, he's the master, get beyond it. Your life is not in your control, but his. So get a life, get his life. Man, that's a much better idea.
Pastor and teacher Chuck Swindoll. Visit Insight for Living's website at insight.org.
If you run your own business, when you're not on the job, you're on the road, in your van. Signs that say detour and do not enter are just plain bad for business. Well, here's a sign that's great for business. It says 0% financing and up to 2 years complimentary scheduled maintenance on Mercedes-Benz Sprinter or Metris vans. Powerful, capable, and affordable. That's Mercedes-Benz Van Power. With pioneering safety technologies and low total cost of ownership, Mercedes-Benz vans are the right choice for your business. Check out the full lineup of Mercedes-Benz vans starting at just $25,995. 0% financing and up to 2 years complimentary scheduled maintenance. That's Van Power for all. Mercedes-Benz vans, born to run.
Starting ad price refers to base model Metris worker cargo van. Excludes all options, taxes, title, registration, transportation charge, and dealer prep fee. Please see your dealer or go to mvvans.com for further details and exclusions.
Are you hiring? Do you know where to post your job to find the best candidates? Posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites. And now you can. With ZipRecruiter.com, you can post your job to 100 plus job sites, including social media networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click. Find candidates in any city or industry nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll in to ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. No juggling emails or calls to your office. Quickly screen candidates, rate them, and hire the right person fast. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 400,000 businesses. And right now, listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/America. That's ZipRecruiter.com/America. One more time. To try it for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/America.
After a rough day on the range, a fella can get a bit saddle sore. That's why I use Blue Emu Original Super Strength Cream. It works fast and penetrates deep to soothe my tired muscles and joints.
And he don't stink.
And I'll tell you one thing, I had no idea this stuff was so darn handy.
Blue Emu Original Super Strength Cream. Available at all major retailers. It works fast for long-lasting soothing of tired muscles and joints.
And you won't stink.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. Every day people ask me, can I still take advantage of today's low rates? Is it still a good time to refinance? The answer is yes. Now's a great time to call Quicken Loans at 800-QUICKEN. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.99%, APR 4.19%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Hi, I'm Bob Lepine. Privileged to come alongside you every weekday to hear the Bible teaching of Alistair Begg on Truth for Life. If you value the helpful instruction provided on this daily program, we'd encourage you to become one of our Truth Partners. A Truth Partner supports Truth for Life through prayer and gifts each month. To become a Truth Partner today, go online to truthforlife.org/truthpartner.
They're in the sweet spot of their mediocre radio careers. It's Faith Talk Live with Rick and Dan on Faith Talk Atlanta.
Look out, it is the Wednesday edition of Faith Talk Live. I am Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe. It's hump day. We're halfway through the week.
You know, first thing Dan says this morning, I said, good morning, Dan. He goes, is it Friday yet? We're closer. And then, of course, I have to rub it in because I'm not going to be here Friday. I said, well, it's my Thursday.
Thanks, Rick. Appreciate
that. I think he's the one that messed me up on the computer while I wasn't looking. I stepped out.
Yep.
He fiddled with the keys.
I fiddled with it and then made it take longer. So there you go. Just for saying it was your Thursday. Denise
King here from BSC, Business Solutions Consulting, and you can go to her website, MissKingSpeaks.com. Miss is MS, MSKingSpeaks.com. Last time she was on the show, I didn't have the tip jar. Yeah. I don't know if she got the memo, but I need to probably move that a little closer.
I need to get dollars out here.
You need some seed money here?
Yeah, I need some seed money.
Here's $1.
Yeah,
there you go.
Let me sow this
wow,
seed money.
Let
me bless it and then put it
there
in.
You go. That's my weekly earnings right there.
I was just going to say, that's your weekly earnings.
Yes.
So when you pull it back out, will it be like the fish and loaves? You think?
It will be because
it's multiplied.
Was it 4 loaves, 2 fish? Or was it 5, 2, whatever it was?
5-2.
Yeah, a couple of different changes there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. We're talking with Denise King. We're going to talk about business, about her new book, and about maybe some of the challenges that she's had. I love what she said. Challenges are going to come,
mm-hmm.
and I think once you kick that cow, I think if you can catch it, not that you always look for the negative, but understand that and I hate this is going to sound cliche, every challenge is an opportunity to grow. That sounds cliche, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Do you have that in your book? You can borrow that.
I can borrow it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just put it right there. You put Jerry's number, your brother, the IT guy in there.
That's our trade. We'll barter on that. We'll do a bartering.
And bring Mama too, will you? Next time you're on the show, you got to bring Mama.
I will make sure that I do that.
So let's pick up there. Let's do this first about Celebrate Freedom, because we were talking about Celebrate Freedom during the break. That's a shameless plug, isn't it?
It is a shameless
What year
plug.
is that?
This
do you remember? We get a different
91?
shirt every...
I don't. Well, it says established 1991.
Established 91, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Jake wears mine, and he wore that one the other. That's one of his favorites, one with the microphone in the front.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember, a couple of years ago. Anyway, it is Celebrate Freedom 2017, Jim R. Miller Park, September
2nd.
Who's going to be there?
We're going to have Mercy Me, David Crowder, for King and Country, Holland, and a whole bunch of others that I don't remember all of them. But it's going to be a great day, lots of fun, great music. Rick and I, hopefully, knock on Formica or whatever this is, we'll be on the Jumbotron interviewing folks, so it'll be a good day.
What is it about for King and Country? Because I hear a lot of folks really like that that band. I'm not really hip with some of that. I mean, of course, Crowder, Mercy Me, but they're relatively new, aren't they?
They've been around for a couple of years, but it's just that great pop sound, and they're good-looking guys. And they've put out a movie recently. I can't remember the name of the movie for the life of me.
Not God's Not Dead 4.
No,
okay.
No, it was not that. No, but it was just a great social injustice type video or movie,
okay.
and it was really good.
So when we interview those, I can say that they're pretty while we're interviewing them.
You can
before thousands,
right? Yeah,
okay,
you can.
All right. Well, if they punch
just tell them that Denise King said that they were pretty. So.
Yeah, and if not for the fact that I have a high school reunion that same time, I needed to be there to check them out.
Yeah. A high school reunion?
Yeah, it's my fifth.
I was going to say, because you're only 35. Right? Denise King, it is Business Solutions Consulting. She was here before, and she was just off the charts. We had lunch with you right after that. Thank you for doing that with us.
Sure.
We had a great time, and you're just one sharp cookie, and we wanted to have you back. So we talked a little bit about challenges before we went into the hard break. Every person building an organization, whether it business, church. Church is a business.
Church is
really,
a business.
when you think about it.
Church is a business.
Because you have to put things in order. There has to be financial. You're checking on your staff. You're checking on your clients, which are your
all
sheep.
the structures. Yes.
Yeah. So you said something that can be taken as cliche, but it's not.
That's right.
It's challenges are going to come. What do you do with challenges? And mention a challenge or two that you've had over the years. Because you've been doing this for 30-some years, according to whoever wrote your bio.
Yeah, that's right. I have. I've been at this for 30-plus years. I've been in business on my own now for 14 and a half years.
Yeah, which is a long time.
It's a long time. And it some days feels longer. Some days feel longer than others. I have to say, when I'm met with challenge, and there are seasons, I'll call them seasons, where it feels like it's challenge after challenge, and there is no rest. There is no let up from it. The first thing I do is pray. I mean, I have to stay prayerful, and I have to reach out to my prayer circle, my intercessors. That's my sister, my mom, both of my sisters, my mom, and even close friends, because some situations really are, let's just call them magnified in your eyes when they're right there in your face.
You're right.
That you can't see past it, but you know there's got to be a breakthrough. There's got to be an answer to it. And one of the most difficult times that I had was a season where I had to lay off people on my team.
Yeah.
That was hurtful to me because it went against what I believe God told me to do when he said, hire this one and hire that one and bring them in to be a blessing, and then had to get to a place because, the well can dry up in business. It's great when you are in business and achieving growth after growth after growth, but there are seasons when that well is deep and full, and there are seasons when you can barely get anything out of it. And we've had our seasons. And that was one of the hardest things for me. I think I cried. I cried on the plane ride back into Atlanta, knowing what I had to do, but I prayed about it. I didn't like the answer that God gave me, but I did pray about it. And once I obeyed, it just stayed with me. I think it's with me even to this day, because you affect the lives of people.
Right. Yeah.
And you want to give people opportunities to make a difference in their own lives through what you're trying to do in business. And I think anybody that's in business, any CEO that's listening right now, one of the hardest things to do is to let go of people that you want to keep.
Right.
It's easy to let go of folks that are cutting up, and let me just be real with that.
Like there's a guy that I know upstairs in my office. I won't give you his name, but his initials, and my finger is giving you a little direction, a little discernment.
Are you talking about Adam?
Let me just spell it out for you. Cat videos.
Yeah,
You're right.
But,
you're right. And what a heart, because we've all worked for people that, challenges have come in corporations or companies, mom and pops, whatever. And they go, whoop, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya.
Yeah.
But here's a leader that heartfelt, but you have to make the hard, difficult decisions.
Absolutely. Not making the decision is not an option. It's, as a leader, it's not an option.
Right.
You have to make the tough decisions. You have to make the decisions that in the end are best overall. That's just, where it is. But it's not the decision. It's not the preferred decision. It is the necessary decision. Mm-hmm. So those things kind of stay with me. They resonate because I'm always saying, God, the day shall return. And Lord, I thank you for this or for that as he continues to provide and continues to do things. But I'll be the first one to tell you, it's like, if you've ever, we've read the story of the Bible story of the children of Israel in the wilderness. Mm-hmm. And when you're in a wilderness experience, you know it. But even with that, God yet provides. Right. You can go through the wilderness. You remember that for 40 years and their shoes never waxed old. Mm. And they were able to sustain, God sustained them. And that's how I feel in certain days of my life. There is a story in my book that talks about the wilderness experience. And so those are times that I make note of. I make it a point to make note of them because what did I do during that time in terms of my seeking God? To ask him, God, what are you doing in this hour? But yet having to trust you and not trying to go out there and make something happen myself, which would be contrary. Yeah. But standing still, sitting still, very difficult.
But how much did God grow you personally in those times that affected other people and affected your business, but he grew you personally because you had to lean on him? Oh, my gosh. What a question. Such a loaded question. Great question. It's one of those things, the only way that I can say my answer to it is humility. It's humility. It's to know that I of myself am nothing. Outside of God, I'm nothing. I can't run a company without him. I can't make those decisions or those connections or reach people or affect the lives of people. I just think that I'm in business, yes, to help companies with some of these magnificent change initiatives that they're doing, but it's also to make relationships with people, to tell people who God is, and to be a voice in that crowd to say, my faith is in God, my trust is in God. It doesn't matter how difficult that task looks, I'm going to pray about it. And I'm going to bring my best foot forward to make it happen. And what they don't see that's happening behind the scenes, I'm up at 3 a.m. praying. I'm crying out to other people to say, I've got a problem here that I need God to solve. I need wisdom from the Lord and know how to make this happen in a short period of time. And God begins to revelate answers. People don't see that. They don't ever see it because I show up the next day in the office, sometimes turning the lights on and turning the lights off with my customers to say, I've got work to do. I'm here as a value add. I'm not here to take up space. I'm here to make it better for you and your team while I bring what I hope is the best team to make that happen. And that's what I do in business.
I tell you what, give me 5 Denise Kings and I could rule the world. I guarantee it. Yeah. Guarantee. Let's talk about your book. It's not quite out, but we want to pick your brain about it. You can go and find out more, and you must check this website out, MissKingSpeaks.com. That's MSKingSpeaks.com. Look out, Denise King, BSC. We'll be right back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. And it's about to get worse. The IRS just hired an army of new tax enforcers. So, if you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. Optima has access to a special IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands, even tens of thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop that army of new enforcers from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A-rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $500 million of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. Call now for your free consultation.
Call 800-711-5743. 800-711-5743. 800-711-5743. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
From Loveworth Finding Ministries, here's pastor, teacher, and author Dr. Adrian Rogers with a treasure from the Word.
If God were to appear to you and say, what do you want me to do for you? Just ask me. What would you ask him for? Well, if you were hungry, you might ask for food. If you were sick, you might ask for help. If you were an egotist, you might ask for wealth and power. What would you ask him for? Did you know that God came to Solomon and God said, Solomon, son, what do you want? What can I give you? Now, what did Solomon ask for? He didn't ask for health. He didn't ask for wealth. He did not ask for power over his enemies. He didn't ask for honor. You know what Solomon asked for? He asked for wisdom. I tell you, dear friend, there is nothing more that you could ask for besides wisdom that would be greater, because so many other things are included in wisdom. As a matter of fact, in Proverbs chapter 8, verse 11, for wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. That's a pretty big statement. Everything that is to be desired is not to be compared with wisdom.
For more about Love Worth Finding and Adrian Rogers, visit our website at lwf.org.
Geico presents a voicemail from your friend, Tree.
Tree here, just calling to say thanks for letting me crash at your place the other night. Well, on your place. It was a rough night. I had a bit too much wind, and I think I might have broke your chimney, actually. So, yeah. Oh, any chance you'd want to drop off my tire swing? Yeah. I mean, if not, that's cool. Okay, later.
Trees won't pay for tree damage. Luckily, one call to the Geico Insurance Agency makes it easy to switch and save on homeowners insurance.
Faith Talk Live with Rick and Dan and Faith Talk Atlanta. Proud to partner with Mike Reese of Decision Point Wellness. Decision Point Wellness, setting a new standard of excellence for substance abuse and mental health treatment. Find out more at dpwellnesscenter.com.
You can tune in anytime you like, but you can never leave. Faith Talk Live with Rick Probst and Dan Radcliffe on Faith Talk Atlanta.
I've always wanted to be, I've always wanted to have the name Al because it's so quick, it's sharp. You know, everybody.
I can call you Al if you want me to.
You know, you think of my name. If my name was Al, do you think that Louis Giglio would have signed the book correctly instead of Randy and Gina?
No, he probably still would have put Randy and Gina, but you know.
I can't say too much more about that because Louis won't be back on the show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's got a great heart and great book.
And a great book. You're right.
I started reading it. And I've got to finish it. Mm-hmm. My problem is I get about 3 or 4 books, and I start 2 or 3 or 4 books, and then I'm like I go back and forth.
Get a chapter in and then forget.
Yeah, I've been reading books for forever, and it's crucial that I read books in what I do here and as a pastor. And so I'm like, but I still have that. Maybe it's time management issues. I don't know. We could talk to her about time management.
Yeah, we could.
So, you have so much to offer. We need more show. More show.
We'll do it.
More
We'll
Denise King. I'll tell you what. Every day on the show, Denise King. We'll flick all the other clients, all the other guests. Well, Mama would like that, wouldn't she?
Mom would love that.
My girl, she's a star.
Yeah, she would love it.
You were a star to her, no doubt, before you got on this show.
Absolutely.
It is Faith Talk Live, the Wednesday edition, and coming up, we talked about Celebrate Freedom. What was that, the 2nd of September?
September 2nd, yeah.
Coming up October the 19th. Does that date ring a bell to you?
Sounds like the Pastor Appreciation Event Day with Dr. A.R. Bernard.
Have you ever heard Dr. A.R. Bernard?
I have not.
Oh, he is off the hook. Where's he from? Chicago? I can't remember what major city.
Sure. Yeah.
He has a church of about thousands.
That's right. Yes, he does.
And what a message. And he's on Faith Talk Atlanta. Anyway, he's going to be the speaker, and it's for, who is this for?
It's for pastors, because it's the Pastor Appreciation Event, so that makes sense.
And how do they get aboard?
Just go to faithtalkatlanta.com. You can get signed up, and it's, again, October 19th at the Crown Plaza Ravinia in Atlanta.
Ravinia.
The Crown Plaza Ravinia.
You ever been to Ravinia? That's a very nice.
Really is nice.
Nice place. And they're having breakfast or lunch. I don't remember which one, but we're having a meal for them. Yeah, good food. So.
And giving away from Dan's pay a cruise. So this year you could win a cruise. And thank you, Dan, for doing that.
Well, that's good to know.
A cruise
Let me have that $1 back that I gave you.
A cruise around the parking lot here.
Yeah, I'll take you on a cruise around the parking lot.
In Buckhead. Yeah. Denise King here, and she is the president and CEO of Business Solutions Consulting. And you can go to her website, MissKingSpeaks.com. That's MSKingSpeaks.com. I'm going to do that as soon as this show is over. Good to have you. We got to have you back because you have there's so many things. You talk business, you interject faith there, and it's in a sensible way, but it's in a deep way. It's not in a shallow, like, what does she mean? And that's kind of crazy. But it all makes sense wherever you're looking at what you're saying about business. Business Solutions Consulting is what you do. You've got a book coming out here pretty soon. Do you have the title
Yes.
already?
The title is called I Remember When God Showed Up, A Journey of Faith.
Ooh.
I like that.
Yes, it is intended to get more people to remember who God is in the moment of their struggles or their challenge, because we encounter issues and we forget that God worked that situation or a similar situation, or he worked out something before. I call it the that. If God did that, then certainly he can do this, no matter what it is and what you're facing. Did he heal you before? Then he can heal you again. Did he bring you out of this before? Then he can bring you out again. So remembering those times where God showed up, and I say in the book, let's not get it confused that God is everywhere. He's omnipresent. There's no place that he's not. So it's not so much that he just arrived on the scene. It's how magnificent he shows up in our lives to work situations out for us and to bring us through whatever it is we're struggling with. So if we can begin to remember what he did before, then we can be encouraged in what we're dealing with, that he can do it now. He can do it again. And so when God spoke 2 years ago to write the book, I didn't quite know the title, but I knew he wanted me to talk about the instances of my life. I like to say that I have radical faith. And when I say that, I'm challenged. Every time I say that, but I know that that's what he gave me, I'm challenged. Something comes up that will certainly challenge those words beyond measure. But I have to buckle down and know that, God, you did not bring me to the place of failure. You did not bring me to the place where this is the end of the thing. We experience failures, don't get me wrong. But to say that there is no end of it, there is no recovery from it.
Right.
And that's my faith. My faith is my business. And that's how I look at it.
Do you look at this book as primarily a faith book, faith in business, a life book? What would you, if you would categorize this in the book over at Barnes and Noble's next door?
Yes.
Where would you put that book?
It falls in inspiration.
Okay.
It falls under inspiration because it is to inspire. It is to encourage people beyond where they are right now. This is part one. I'm writing the second and third.
Oh, wow.
The second book, trying to complete that by the end of this month. That's the 30-day devotional called the 30-Day Faith Journey that accompanies that book. So, and it's like I'm writing and I get into that place where God is just speaking to say this, say that, put that in there, put that in there. And so, you know, what's birthed out of that is what God ordained. And I have to say that about this first book, I Remember When God Showed Up. That's my life, the experiences of things that I encountered in life. And I, you know, kind of highlight some of those things from when God first saved me, to having a miscarriage, to a near fatal car accident, and seeing what people describe as that bright light, having that experience, and so many other things. But it's to encourage people that are dealing with similar things. I always say, whoever reads this book, I guarantee you will see yourself in this book. You would undoubtedly see your life experiences, maybe not on that same level, but you will be able to relate. But at the end of the day, I want people to remember God and give him praise for what he's done for them, and be encouraged in knowing that whatever you're dealing with right now, God can bring you out of it.
Denise King talking about her new book. It is coming out when?
It is due in August. This is our release date is fast approaching.
Yes.
I'm
She
getting
looks a little nervous about
this. You see, I'm getting nervous.
Yeah.
Fast approaching. So the August 14th week.
Okay.
Is what we're targeting for the release of that. So we're doing quite a bit of course, pre-launch marketing for the book, trying to make sure that, you know, people know about it.
Yeah.
It's the only way they're going to know, like you guys having me on the show today to share that, and asking people to go to the website. MissKingSpeaks.com gives you a little snippet from the book, allows people to join our mailing list so that they can be the first to know when it's
that's
released.
sweet.
Yeah.
If I had my laptop here and it wasn't trying to, get the new software, I would go get on there now and see a portion of that. MissKingSpeaks.com. That's MSKingSpeaks.com. Denise King here. Wow, that book sounds really amazing. I love how you present, you're presenting it here, that it is for every person. There are no limitations there, because every person struggles with the same issues, right?
That's right. It's intended for anybody, and it doesn't matter who you are. It's to step back for a second. Everybody's got issues. Everybody's got something that they are contending with, and it doesn't matter what it is. God is able to solve it. So if we get out of ourselves and stop trying to figure it out and stop trying to work it out on our own and step back and say, God, I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. How many times have I had to pray that prayer? Just this morning, I don't know what to do. I'm sitting here waiting for you to tell me what to do. And at the moment that I release it, then I hear direction. Then I know that this is the right thing for me to do at the right time to do it, and it works out.
Boy, and how much does that strengthen your faith when you take a step back and see, okay, God brought me through this, he brought me through this, and look how he brought me through all these times. Ooh, you can just kind of take a breath and say, well.
Absolutely. And it should encourage you in your faith to know then, because God wants us to remember him. Think about the children of Israel. All that he had done and all that he had performed, and yet they felt like he couldn't provide food for them. He couldn't provide water for them. That was not pleasing. So it's a moment for us to say, God, I remember when you did this and you brought me through that. And now I trust you, God, to do it again and do it again. And that then lifts you. Really, it's for you. Because God already knows what he's going to do. But it lifts your spirit and it lifts your faith. And then you can move into past that situation. And that's the idea of it.
Wow, Denise King, you can go to mskingspeaks.com. First the book, then the devotional. When are you looking for the devotional?
The devotional will tag along a month or so after the book.
Sometime September?
Yeah, because we're releasing September is our target for the devotional, the 30-day devotional. So a lot going on with that, just trying to hear and write and hear and make sure that I meet my own deadlines, self-imposed.
Let's get you back on the show somewhere around September.
Absolutely.
The one book will be out, maybe both in the devotional. We'll talk more about that. mskingspeaks.com. What a delight she is. Check out her website. Tomorrow it's going to be a great show. The Thursday edition of Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
Have a great day. We will see you.